Hi guys and welcome to the French kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about how to cut a chicken for sauté into pieces in preparation for our coq au vin. So let's get straight to it. So what is cutting a chicken up for sauté? So basically what we're going to end up with is 6 portions out of this chicken. And each portion is going to have a bone in it, so that aesthetically that's nice within the dish and it makes the meat more juicy and tender as well. So we're going to get straight to it. The first thing is to take the legs off, and one really important thing that you don't want to miss is this muscle here, which is called the oyster. And the oyster is a really good bit of meat, so make sure you capture that when you go in. So you take your knife. We're just going to cut this bit of skin here, not the meat. Just cut the skin. And here's the oyster. Make sure you cut and capture that. When we get to that point, just click that joint back. And then just cut off. And there we have one leg, thigh. And then it's just the same again with the other leg. Through the skin. Capturing that oyster again. Just go around it like that. Click the joint. So that's your 2 legs and thighs. So next, we just want to take this wing off. Obviously you can use these wings in another recipe or as part of your stock, but in terms of this, there's not enough meat really to warrant putting it in. So we're just going to take the wing off, and we're looking for this first joint here. So just cut the skin around the joint. And we just take that off. Same again with this side. Find the joint. And it really, if you've never done this before, it takes no strength at all. So there are 2 wings, which we're not going to use, but you can of course use for stock or another recipe. Now we take our bigger knife, and we're just going to take the rest of the carcass off the breast, which again we won't be using for the recipe, but we can definitely use it for the stock. You just take that piece off. So that's for stock, and that is as well. So what we're left with is in effect the chicken crown. So we're going to get 4 portions out of this. So you've got your 2 breasts here with the backbone and your 2 little wings there. So here's a backbone. We're going to go about halfway down, and then we're just going to cut all the way down, capturing in that joint as well. So that's one there. And again, your backbone, halfway down, and just all the way through. That's your other one. And what we're left with here is 2 half breasts. So we're going to do that in ways like this. So just over half, because remember this bit is thicker than this bit. So straight down, chefy muscles, just to get through that last bit. So we've got our 2 breasts, with the little wing bone. And now we've got our leg and thigh. All really we've left to do is separate the thigh from the leg, which again, we're just feeling for where the joint is. And we just take a knife through that joint, not cutting the bone. The same again. We're just searching for where that joint is. And we're cutting through the joint, not the bone. And that just reduces the risk of anyone finding any splinters or anything in the chicken, because you're not cutting or breaking any bone. We've got all our pieces now, and we're just going to work through and just trim them up, because presentation wise in the final dish we want to see the meat with a nice clean bone sticking out. So what we're going to do on the leg is just find kind of where the meat naturally stops, which is here. I'm going to go all the way around. Just once that bone's exposed, we're just going to, with the heel of the knife, knock the edge off. So that looks nice and clean now, ready for presenting. So we've got the same again with the other leg. Find where the meat stops, and we just cut all around. And just pull that back. And just again with the heel of the knife, just nip the end off just to neaten it up. And that's your second one. With the thighs, they don't really need much, if I'm being completely honest. We just want to wrap them up nicely. You can trim the bone on the inside. It's not really going to make any difference for the flavour as such. I like to just leave it whole. And then. So this bit of the breast is pretty much ready, as it is. This one, we just want to clean, sort of the same as we've done with the leg. Just clean the bone up a little bit. Just so it's nice and exposed. And you can spend as much or as little time as you want doing this, really, because at this stage it will affect what your final product looks like. So if you want to visualize your dish and you want to see them bones sticking out and get that visual sort of thing, then you know it's worth spending a little bit more time just cleaning it up. Just like that. That's all our pieces prepped and ready. We've got the half of the carcass there for stock. What I would do if you are going to use it for stock, just make sure you take the skin off. Make sure you trim any fat as well, because it'll save you a job later, because all that's just going to be grease on the top. So that can definitely be used. So that's all our pieces of chicken prepped. Every piece has a bone in it, so it'll keep it nice and juicy. We're going to use this straight away now and start the coq au vin. You can just wrap this in cling film, put it in the fridge. 3 days later, you can use it if that's what you want to do. So there we are. It may look a little bit daunting if you've never done it before, but actually 2 or 3 times doing this, you really easily start to pick it up. And it's a bit more cost effective as well to buy a whole chicken and piece it up, and you've got a lot more control over the finished product then as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video, coq au vin.